After all the hype and build up and all that, can you take us through the emotions of walking up the field a winner today?
Yeah, no, it feels great. Obviously, that was a plan for us coming in here and starting the season off the right way, and I think we did that in all phases. In the second half for us was huge today. You can just feel that momentum, switching, and it just feels good to get a win. Never take it for granted. So to start the season off like that feels great.
Who were you looking for? The TV showed you coming off and looked like you were searching for someone, and it wasn't like you were doing a whole lot of celebrating. You were pretty typical for you, I guess.
When was it, after the game? Yeah. I was just looking for somebody to give my towel to in the stands. So, but it was awesome. All the Packers fans were right there above the tunnel, so it was awesome to see them cheering. And but yeah, I was just looking for somebody to give my towel to.
What did you see on that touchdown pass to Jones? And was that kind of your first read? And when did you know that was going to get housed?
Yeah, no, I mean it was a choice route by him, and that's my first read right there. Saw man coverage, the backer, playing him man, and then actually Edmonds, was the plug player, and he worked opposite of that. And when he did that, I knew it was going to be open for Jonesy. I knew he was going to, kill him on the choice route, which he did. And now just had to get him the ball, and he made the rest happen, man. It was an awesome finish by him, just how fast he was and able to split those defenders.
How much does he tilt the field when you get in the ball in an open space? Is it palpable? Do you feel it?
Yeah, no, it is. He's a playmaker. He's got a lot of speed, and once you get in the ball, I mean, we had that screen to him. I'm not sure how far that went, but you just see him get the ball, and he gets it going, full speed. It's hard to stop him.
Jordan, what does it mean to be able to rely on veterans like Aaron Jones, like a lot of your guys on your offensive line, A.J. Dillon, these guys that surround you? Is there any comfort that you feel knowing that these guys have been doing this for a long time and can kind of pick you up?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of comfort, especially in our O-line. That group of guys has played a lot of ball, and it's easy to be able to sit back behind them. They did a great job protecting all day today. And then, like you said, Aaron Jones, some of our veteran playmakers, AJ, we've got a lot of snaps. Those are the guys we've got to lean on. Obviously, we have a lot of young receivers, tight ends, so just be able to lean on those guys and look at them in times when we need to get them the ball and make plays. It's huge.
Didn't seem like they blitzed all that much. Was that your perception too? What do you make of that? Do you think you'll see a lot more of that as the weeks go on here?
Yeah, no, I don't think they blitzed a whole lot today, and that's kind of how their defense is run. Though we weren't expecting a whole lot, maybe on third downs, things like that, some of the longer third downs. But I think their plan for today was to kind of just play coverage and make us pass it, and that's what we did.
Jordan, how'd you sleep last night?
I slept great last night. I was pretty tired after we got on meetings and everything, so I was looking forward to getting into bed, but having a little bit of later kickoff, got to sleep into 8 o'clock this morning, so that was nice.
When you sat like last night, maybe before you went to bed, did you have any visualization or think this is how I want today to go? And if so, did it resemble that at all?
Yeah, no, I definitely yesterday was visualizing just having a win, coming off the field after a win. Kept telling myself I'm going to play great. We're all going to play great. And that's what I just kept telling myself over and over again. Woke up today doing the same thing, just visualizing that we're going to get this win. We're going to play great today.
And Jordan, the sequence where you weren't able to get Musgrave deep, and then you came back and you got Reed, he was the next player to play after. Can you just talk a little bit about resiliency and being able, as you progress along your timeline, developing, just being able to bounce back from a miss?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we tell everybody in the locker room. It's never going to be perfect. You wish every play went as you draw it up and execute it perfectly, but there's times things are going to go south and it's not going to be perfect for us, and just be able to play that next play, bounce back, and just find a way to go, convert third downs and things like that is huge. But yeah, like I said, it's never going to be perfect, but I love the way how we bounced back right there. Jay Reed made a play, made a great catch, and then a little bit of yak after that.
I know you've been asked about the rivalry all week. What do you know about it now that you didn't know before the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming in here, we knew what type of game we were in for. Obviously, my first game in this rivalry, so I mean, it felt good. They're a good team. Obviously, first half was close, and second half, the way we bounced back and came out there in second half and just total domination, felt good.
Did you give yourself a moment to look around at some point before the game or during the game and take it in, and what did it feel like?
Yeah, no, before the game, Matt actually told a story of his first year coaching here. They came here and opened the season out, and the guy who sang the national anthem, so he was the same guy, and he said the crowd was just going crazy the whole time, and right before he was like, it's the same guy. Just having that moment, the crowd is going crazy just for the national anthem. It was a surreal moment, and I was able to just take it all in. And I was telling everybody before, just enjoy this, man. We've worked our whole life for this opportunity to be here in the NFL, here on this stage. So it was awesome. Just take it all in.
Jordan, how did you feel about situational football today? A short field to start, you converted, you double up around the half, and third downs as well.
I think it started with the opening drive, defense getting that stop on fourth down, and then us getting the short field and going and scoring. It started off great. I think the 2-minute drive to end the half, we got to clean that up. I took a sack on, we didn't have much time left, running clock, and almost put us out of field goal position. So things like that, just be able to clean up, and then not getting a playoff right there at the end too. But I think it's things that we'll learn and grow from.
Pass protection held up pretty good throughout the day, and you obviously didn't have much reps with your left tackle during mostly all of camp. What did you and Dave do to get ready for today on the side, and how reassuring is it to have that net there?
Yeah, Dave hasn't practiced all week, and but he's a vet. He's a pro. He knows what he has to do to get himself ready to go out there and play. He was able to get walk through reps and things like that. But for him to go in there, step in, and without practicing a lot of the time, it's huge. And he's a pro. He knows what to do and how to get himself ready. But the O-line as a whole, man, the protection was great all night. There's a couple times when I was able to go through my whole read, and there was still no one around. And I was able to kind of look around. Area I can clean up, just being more comfortable back there, be able to, not get out of the pocket on a couple of those that I tried to. But protection was great.
Jordan, afterward, Goody was in the tunnel. He was embracing a lot of players coming off. I saw he embraced you at the end. Is there a feel that organizationally this game had a lot of emotion? It was a different offseason. A lot of stuff happened in the offseason. Get off, on the right foot. You're on the road. Rival, obviously. Is there something a little extra to this organizationally?
Yeah, I think, like you said, all offseason, I think our team's been slept on. It's just one of those things that we can't do anything about it until we go out there and prove it. I think we did that today, but, Goody's great. He's in the tunnel after every game. Win, lose, or draw, he's there, dapping everybody up, and it's awesome to see him after the game.
George, this is a professional. He's going to move on pretty quickly. That's what happens. I think everybody's pretty good at that. Is that something you think will be a strategy?
Yeah, that's football. That's been the name of the game since high school. You win, you lose, you gotta bounce back. You got another game next week, but we'll definitely enjoy this one. It's one thing we celebrate all your wins because it's not easy. So we'll enjoy this one going back, and then like you said, it's right back to Atlanta for next week, getting ready for them.
Have you checked your phone yet? What's the response been from friends or family or?
Yeah, I haven't checked my phone yet, but I'm sure it's probably a lot of love. A lot of friends and family probably reaching out. But I know it's going to be hectic trying to respond to all those texts. So it usually is, though. I have a lot of people that care about me, and it's awesome to get that support.
You're part of something historic today. 14 black quarterbacks started week 1, the most ever in week 1. What does it mean to you to be a part of that?
It's awesome. Growing up, that's something that I always looked up to. My favorite quarterback growing up was Mike Vick. Historically, there haven't been a lot of black quarterbacks, so it's definitely something that's been growing over the years. Obviously, the 14 is a record in the NFL, so it's huge. It's awesome. I think it's, the game's changing, things like that, and there's a lot of guys that are playing the position that, frankly, like growing up it wasn't a lot of black quarterbacks playing. So it's awesome.
Jordan, when we were sitting here, we could hear how loud it was in there. And then Matt came in and he said, there's a big-time belief in that locker room for Jordan Love. A, can you feel that? And B, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, you definitely can feel it. Just being in the locker room with the guys, they're awesome, man. I was actually given a game ball today, and those guys were going crazy in there. So it's an awesome feeling for me. But, we got a great team. I love those guys. It feels great to have everybody behind you for sure.
You've got such a calm demeanor, Jordan. So when they have the fumbled snap, I would think maybe some first-year quarterback or first-year starters would say, "Oh bleep," and all chaos would ensue, and you just pick up the ball and calmly just chuck it downfield. I guess what's what's going on through your head during that brief moment of chaos?
Yeah, it is a little chaotic. Fumble the snap. I knew we had a great play dialed up. So going through my head, I was like, man, I might be messing this one up. But picked the ball up, and I was just hoping that nobody's about to blast me because timing gets messed up trying to scramble for the ball. But was able to get out clean, and like I said, we had a great play drawn up, and Luke was wide open. So I just chucked it out there for him.
Jordan, you've waited a long time for this moment today, obviously. How does it feel right now? The opener for you for a debut probably could have gone much better than it did. How does that feel?
It feels great. It feels great. It's definitely been a long time coming for me, 3 years as a backup. Just watching, learning, and growing, seeing this team work. It feels good to be out there leading those guys and being out there playing with them finally and come away with the dub. It's just what we wanted.
Was there a specific experience from the time that you were a backup that flashed in your mind today in your first time starting a regular season game that you drew from? Was there a specific moment like that in today's game?
No, I mean I've been here in the stadium 3 times now, so just obviously over the years seeing Aaron, seeing how these games go, it's never easy, and just knowing that in the NFL it's never easy. So just knowing that games never gonna be perfect, but to keep you just got to keep being resilient, bouncing back. But it's definitely just being on the bench for those 3 years. Obviously having some preseason work and a start under my belt, it's helped me just be more calm. Not as many nerves going in there for my first start. Not first start, but first season. So I think that's the biggest thing, is not having as many nerves.
Was there any thought to pulling you later in the game while you guys were up by multiple scores? And I don't know, did Matt ever come over to you and be like, oh, you want to come out of the game at any point? Or was it always just you were going to take it the whole way?
No, I mean, I think it was always about a 2-score game, maybe a 3-score game at some points. But no, I don't think that right there at the end, we finally, put Sean in. But you never know. A lot of crazy things happen in the final 2 minutes of games. So, you never want to be too safe.
Did you ever consider sliding on any of those runs and did the coach get after you a little bit for not?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a competitor. I told my agent before the game that I was going to try and run somebody over. He told me not to do that, told me to slide. So, but you never know. A couple of those runs were 3rd down runs, and, you're just trying to get that first down, trying to find a way. But sliding's always an option. But when it's close like that, I'm a competitor. I'm going to try and go get it.